Hello again, and welcome back to the What Is That video series. My name is Tom Hewlett. I'm the Museum Collections Technician and Researcher here at the Esplanade Arts and Heritage Center in Medicine Hat. And I often hear of people referring to an item or an artifact as being in museum condition, or it's of museum quality. And that really sometimes makes me laugh, because so many of the artifacts we have in the Esplanade Museum collections, and in museum collections all over the world, are very well used, sometimes even broken. Now you might wonder why a museum would be interested in bringing a damaged or broken artifact into the collection. Well, one of the most important things that a museum does is collect stories. And sometimes that damage or that wear can really help tell a story. Now this week I'd like to show you an artifact from our farming and ranching collections. Let's have a look at it now. This week's artifact is a homemade milking stool. It's a simple item, and most farms that had milk cows would certainly have had one. This particular example was made by a young man on a farm near the hamlet of 7 Persons, about 20 kilometers southwest of Medicine Hat. Unfortunately, we can't name him here, as he was the one who donated the stool to the collection in 2010, and the museum can't reveal the names of our donors. However, he was the son of a German family who had emigrated first to the United States and then to Canada in 1909. And we can tell you, because he told us, that the stool was made in the 1930s when he was 15 or 16 years old. He made it from scrap lumber that was laying around the farm, and to provide a little bit of warmth on cold mornings and evenings in the milking shed, he covered it with a piece of antelope hide from one that he had recently shot. The legs are round dowels that are attached to the seat with simple but strong mortise and tenon joints, and the young man continued to use the stool until 1957 when he quit milking cows. The item is a bit rough. It shows quite a bit of weathering and a lot of wear from years of use, but it gives us a peek into the life of a first-generation Canadian farmer. This fellow was creative in his use of scrap materials, and he showed his skill as a young man in solving a problem. He needed a milking stool, he made one. He solved the problem well enough that it lasted in daily use for more than 2 decades. Knowing who made this milking stool and how and when are far more important to the museum than a nice item that happens to be in good condition but has no story. I actually think that this milking stool is in museum condition, and it certainly is museum quality. Not because it's in good shape, but because it tells a good story. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.